Welcome to the channel, everyone. I got the bed removed from the 98 S10. Just trying to tear this thing down, figure out if it's even worth putting a little money into. Areas that I'm concerned about are the shackle mounts. The shackles themselves are shot. You can buy them. The mounts look pretty crusty. So does the rest of the frame. But I won't really know. This is kind of first impressions. I got to clean everything off. Second part of the frame I'm concerned about is down in there. And it's so caked full of dirt I can't even see it. And that's where they rust, behind the fuel tank. This fuel tank don't look all that great. I do have a new fuel tank in the other S10. Could possibly rot. This one's got a steel protector on the bottom of it, but it looks pretty crusty. Yeah, this other side of the frame doesn't look too bad. But it's pretty crusty under here. I got to clean everything off to really see. But it's not looking good for this frame on this side behind that fuel tank. 4 of the 8 or 4 of the 6 mounting bolts on this bed broke on me. But that's probably not the bed that's going to go back on. If there is a bed that goes back on, probably not going to be that one. So yeah, it's kind of looking worse and worse here every time I take something off. But we'll see. I got to get it cleaned up. Okay guys, so you can see I got the S10 in the shop here. Kind of got it squeezed in. Waiting for parts on the 80, so I figure do a little bit of work on this. You can see I cleaned up the frame a little bit. It doesn't really look any better than it did when it was all dirty and crusty, but yeah, we'll see. I think I'll just tinker with this thing and we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, right now I'm going to do the door pins. I'm going to attempt to do the door pins by myself. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the door falls, I mean, all the way down. I don't know how far down. It's scraping the bottom of the cab. So we're going to try to get them replaced. I'm going to try to do that by myself. I got my engine hoist. I'm going to try to put a chain around the door there and do it myself. We'll see how that works out. You can see the hood's up because when I went to start it, nothing, the battery was dead. But I'm not sure so much it was the battery, but it's corroded. These cables that GM used with the little bolts that are kind of inside the plastic, they'll corrode inside. Everything looks fine. You know, it's like, why ain't they working? Why ain't they working? Well, they're corroded inside. So them really need to be, you need to cut them off really, so you can get in there and clean them out. And then usually I fill them with dielectric grease once they're clean. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but the battery's charging. So while the battery's charging, I'm going to try to do these door pins. There's a bunch of stuff in the interior that I want to try to tackle. The gear selector gauge and the mileage is just flashing on and off. I want to try to see if I can't fix that. The heater does not work. AC isn't so bad not working, but nothing works. So yeah, I'm going to get in here and see if I can't do a few fixes. Probably not going to do any, it could be like no step-by-step how-tos, guys, but we'll see if I can't tackle a few things on this truck in this video. Okay, so I got the door being held by my engine lift here. Just got all the pins out. It's a fun job, just like I anticipated. I hope these top deals aren't egg-shaped, but I've got some Dorman. I know it's dark in here, guys, but I got some Dorman pins here. They look really cheap, but whatever. I guess it is what it is. I also picked up a spring because this door was missing the spring, and that's really annoying that it just kind of flops around. So while we're in here, might as well fix that. So I also got some tape around the fender there. I mean, I don't know why I did that. I don't like wrecking things. I know it's junk, but I'm gonna get these bushings. I gotta get the little bushings. These are the old ones. They these bottom ones actually probably weren't even bad, but hopefully I ain't replacing them with cheaper junk. But yeah, it's going to be probably fun getting this door back into place because my engine lift keeps falling down on me. I don't know why. It leaks down. It won't stay up, so probably need a new ram on that. But yeah, I'm going to try to get these bushings in without destroying them and get this job done with. Okay, so things are going as to be expected. Pretty much struggling along here. I will say that these Dorman bushings are really, I don't know. I don't know if they're cheap or not, but So you can see I've got the new ones in there, and what I did was I used my vice grip as like a press to press these in. You got to be careful. I cracked the one down here. Two of these go on the door, and two of them go on the hinge right there. And I started them, you know, with my vice grip here, and then where they stick out, you can see where they stick out, I had to use like a little socket to kind of make like a mini press. I think if you start beating on them with a hammer, they're gonna break. Like I said, I cracked one down there, but I don't think it's gonna affect the performance. I cracked it on top, so I think it's gonna be all right. One thing I did notice is I got a real problem here. This pin goes up through here, right? And look at the slop that pin has. So the reason that has slop is because the guy did not repair this door, and this part is not supposed to move. This part, this pin goes with the door, so that's never supposed to move. So that's never supposed to wear. Your wear parts are the bushings here. So actually, it looks like this door is. There's stuff here. It looks like it's cracked. It looks like this door was probably almost ripped open. Is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that right there. I just now noticed that right there. It looks like it's been grabbed. So that's probably what destroyed the bushing up here. And then once they destroyed the bushing, they never fixed it. And now I'm probably going to have to get the welder out. And I'm going to have to weld. Put a little weld on that. Otherwise, it'll never be tight. So what turned into kind of a difficult job has gotten even more difficult, but if I want a tight door, I got to do what I got to do. So yeah, so I'm going to probably have to get the welder out and rolled over here. Okay, so I think I'm on the back side of this repair. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I did put a little bit of weld on that deal, and I had a heck of a time drilling that out. I tried to use a Dremel and a grinding bit, and that weld is just a little too hard. What I ended up doing was I took a thick piece of steel here and I clamped it. I used the clamp and I clamped it to try to protect the hole so it wouldn't drill out the hole bigger. It would drill the weld, and I think I did a pretty good job at it. Is it going to be perfect? Probably not. Does this truck have to be perfect? No. I mean, if that's off a 32nd of an inch or whatever, that might be off. I don't know if the door will stick out a little bit or not, but I don't know. I don't think it will. I think I did pretty good, but I was able to clamp that steel, and I think I was able to keep that from wandering the one way. So hopefully this will be a nice tight door. I got to jack my engine hoist up here, and I got to put it all together, drop my pins in, and then oh yeah, almost forgot the spring. Get my new spring in there, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. See if it helped. Well, I got the pins and bushings in there. Not real impressed with the Dorman stuff. I got bushings that have broken, and that clip there, see that clip that goes on and locks the pin? That was fun getting in. I'll give you a little tip. I actually used a big vice grip, because if you try to pound it on or something without holding the bottom of the pin or the top of the pin, it just wants to push out. So what I did is I used this big clamp to go on the bottom and the top of the pin. Then I used a little socket that was just big enough to go over the pin. which is a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter, and I just kind of use it like a press, like a mini press, almost the same way I did the bushings with the smaller clamp. Yeah, this you're gonna need this big clamp because it's a wide area. But anyway, and then also you're gonna need where'd it go? You're gonna need here it is. You're gonna need one of these little spring tools if you want to install that spring, because that spring is stout. So you stick your spring in there, tighten it up, slide it into the deal, loosen it up, pull it out. It's really easy. So like I said, guys, the job's done, but I don't know what is more disappointing. The quality of these repair parts that they're sending out, or when you finish a job and it ain't quite fixed. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but it's not dropping 2 inches like it was before, but it's dropping, I don't know, probably 1/4 of an inch. So it's really disappointing when you spend the time to do a job like that and basically you don't get it fixed. So like I said, really disappointed at them Dorman pins. I would not recommend them at all. Them are really disappointing with those. My hinge is probably bent. I didn't even notice that till I pulled the door away and saw that. So I don't know if the door was, someone backed up and caught the door, if something shut in the door, I don't really know. But I mean, the spring is nice. You know, it holds the door in position so it's not just flopping all the way over. But I mean, it shuts. It shuts a lot better, but it's still, when it drops like that, I don't know. I feel like it might be a sign telling me this truck ain't worth it. Yeah. Like I can spend a whole bunch of time trying to fix something that's not going to be fixed. But yeah, I guess, guys, I'm going to clean up, put my tools away. Hopefully you enjoyed this video where I didn't get my door fixed. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I'll see you.